we're always so negative on ourselves. Start thinking about, think of the dream and the outcome. Think of it actually happening. And guess what? You're going to start working at whatever it is you're working at, and you're going to start to think, holy shit, this is possible. And then it's going to get closer. And you may be the only one that knows what you're doing here, whether it's a YouTube channel, a business, picking up whatever it is that you're trying to scheme in your head, makes you happy. You're going to realize, holy crap, man, this is going to happen. I'm going to be that guy. So is he confident, or is the guy an asshole? How many times you looked at someone and said, look at this freaking guy. And he's not an asshole. He's just super confident, knows who he is, knows where he is in the world, knows where he is in his mind. That intimidates a lot of guys, especially the simple-minded guys, the simps, right? But that's the one thing, man, that you need in this life is, I call it delusional confidence. It's delusional confidence to most people. But to those who know that secret, they're the ones that get ahead in life. And no one said you got to be super duper sweetie nice every second of every day. Because the thing that happens with that is nice guys do finish last. They do. Nice guys finish last. Nice guys defer to another nice guy with more confidence. Or, what is a nice guy? We could be here all day talking about what's a nice guy. But you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're getting stepped all over and you're just getting deferred all the time, and you got to stand up, man. You got to say, I matter too. I'm in this world too. I'm a man. It sounds ridiculous. I'm a man too. I got skills. I got talents. I'm smart. We sell ourselves short so quickly, and we learn it. It's all learned behavior. We do. We learn it. It depends on how you grow up. But I think a majority of us growing up in, most of these smaller cities in the country, which is most of the cities. Not to say it can't happen in a larger city, but all working class. When you're in these working class cities, what do all our folks say? And I'm not blaming our fathers, our parents. They did the best with what they could. Think about the limited information we had in the 80s and 90s. It's when I grew up, right? Everything was, I just assumed everything on the news was true. I assumed everything on TV was gospel. I assumed everything in my history books and everything in my textbooks at school were all legit. I figured anything any adult told me was truth. And they probably thought it was too, because we only had so much information back then. That's what's neat about now, is the explosion of information is awesome. And it's enlightening, and you can't ignore it. You can't ignore it. It's evolution of not only society, but of yourself. You have to evolve, and you have to realize, that's what I did a bunch of years back. I realized, damn, man, I was taught wrong by guys who were taught wrong. Plain and simple. As tough as my dad, could have been at times, and I love him. I miss him to death. I don't want to speak anything bad of my dad. But he was just like most of the men that I see around, and my buddies' dads, they're hardworking. They made a nice cutout for themselves, but they're always afraid to go the extra mile. They're always afraid to start a business, or they're always afraid to bet on their talent, or really try something different. No, just get the benefits. Just get the benefits and be happy with your job, and get maybe a second job. What do they say? Keep your nose down and retire. Keep your head down, work hard, retire. And give up your whole life. Give your life to a company where there's people making tons of money and not working because of your work. And I understand there's only so many options. We're in a crazy place now where you might as well bet on yourself. Start a YouTube channel, start a business, start everything. You got a talent, push everything behind it. TikTok, Twitter, everything. But when you have this confidence, circling back to this confidence situation, I'm working on it myself. At 46, I'm still working on it. And it's the truth. Like, the best way I could describe it is, it's delusional confidence. Why not? I'm not saying walk around and just act like a jerk and act like you know everything and act like you're the best at everything. That's not what delusional confidence is. You keep that shit to yourself and your own mind. This is what's going on in your mind that no one else knows. You could just sit there quiet. You, in fact, sit there quietly. Say very small answers if you're challenged, and just know that you're the guy. You know, it doesn't matter. Even if things look terrible, it doesn't matter. You're gonna figure it out. It does not matter. You have to have this confidence where the impossible is possible. Where you think something in your mind is impossible, it's you gotta flip that and say, how are we gonna do this? No matter what it is. If it's a monetary goal, great. Hopefully it's not a monetary goal just to buy shit, because you're gonna be sadly mistaken and you're gonna be sadly disappointed, my friend. But you want this delusional confidence. And again, think about it. You only have you to impress. Even if you talk to some, I always say, be careful with this one. Say you're talking to some girl that you really like and you really, you know, you want to make something happen here. Don't think, oh my God, I'm going to blow it. Oh my God, I'm going to blow it. Oh my God. No matter who you deal with in life, you should always think, if whatever this is isn't working out, don't matter. That means something better is coming. Seriously. And it's the truth, because something better is, there's an infinite supply of everything. That's the big secret, fellas. Infinite supply of everything. Infinite amount of intelligence. There's an infinite amount of money for all of us. Think about it. It's just a representation. What is money? Money is exchanged. It's not earned. We were all taught you got to earn money. You got to slave for the money. It's bullshit. It's exchanged. People die all the time. People trade money for everything. Time, services. It's exchanged. It's not earned. You know what I mean? Like, think about what that even means. But our elders did the best with the info they have. We now have way more information. The veil has been lifted on a lot of shit. And it's time to adjust. And part of that adjustment is for you timid guys out there, not just with the women. That's the last. Don't even worry about relationships and that. That's a compliment. As a man, no matter what age you are, but if you're a single guy, it's the last thing to worry about. Focus on stuff that's your passion and your health. Okay, have a passion and work on your health, and you get a day job or a business, whatever it is you do for a living, and that. And in your mind, always be thinking. If you're working for somebody, think, I'm gonna own a business like this. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna start slow on the side. Always think about how you can do something. You'll be shocked, because the people that thrive, the people who are rich, the people who are wealthy, the people who are talented, and you always think, man, that guy can never mess nothing up. They mess stuff up all the time, but they have such an air about them, that, and such a personal confidence, that they don't get shattered by stupid shit. You know what I mean? They don't get shattered by a girl that says, "Oh, I don't want nothing to do with you." They're like, "All right, whatever. I know who I am. I'm gonna." And it's not just lying and saying, lying to yourself, but really deep inside you're like, "Oh man, maybe she's right." No, 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 no. You are always right in here. This is your world. This is only for you. You can do whatever the frig you want in here. So be delusional. Be delusional with the confidence. Be delusional with the dreams. Even if it doesn't matter what age. You can be older and still accomplish a ton of shit. How do you know how old you're going to live to? If you say, "Oh man, I'm 58. I'm probably 58." What if you lived to 98? You got 40 years. Oh, but at the end, I'm going to be all. How do you know that? Stay in shape. Stay on top of it every moment. So, and have the whole point of why I got Classy Freddie Blassie here. I don't know if you younger gents probably don't know who Classy Freddie Blassie is, or maybe you do. Classic wrestling, golden era wrestling manager here. Keep it classy. Always keep it classy. Class is something that's learned over time. You don't brag. You don't brag about yourself. Somebody compliments you, you say, "Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you to say that." You don't. "Oh yeah, well, you're right." Plus, you don't pile onto a compliment. Somebody compliments you. Someone says, "Oh, you look great. Wow, you look sharp." "Oh, well, I've been doing this." Don't give them a whole list of stuff. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for noticing. Keep it simple, classy, and simple. You're gonna have an inner circle. Those are the people you can loosen up with a little more. You know what I mean? Those are the people you can let your hair down, and I have my small group, but the rest of them, I don't want you knowing everything about me. It's mystery. You want to always have an element of mystery and an element of class and an element of humor. Very important. Very, very important. So, again, I hope this helps you out. It's the one thing that men struggle with the most is the confidence. Me too. I have times where I slip and I doubt myself, but then I catch it and I say, nope, remember, you're you. This is happening this way, not the way that everyone else wants it to happen. This society, the way that this whole thing is set up, is to make you feel like an ant, not confident, not sure of yourself, not dreaming big. So when you have unshakable, delusional type confidence, you're the biggest threat to, I don't want to say society, but I don't know if you've noticed. I don't know if you noticed, but they don't want you happy and they don't want you successful. They really don't. They want you just paying taxes and they want you scared to death and having 6 side jobs and never seeing your family. That's what they really want. That's the truth. So you have to think about what would be the opposite of all that, right? You want the opposite outcome, you got to have the opposite approach. They want us scared and defeated and driving Uber cars 60 hours a week on top of doing 40 hours at our job just so we can get by and buy eggs and all this shit and basics. It's ridiculous. They want to start charging for water in other countries. The World Economic Forum, they're talking about possibly charging us for like giving us allotment of water. You know how much fucking water there is on this earth? It's infinite. And there's more underground that nobody talks about, which is fine. I know it's not the most exciting thing, but there's supposedly more water even in the center of the earth than there is in the oceans. And this motherfucker wants to, this son of a bitch wants to start charging for water. These are the type of ghouls that are controlling all of us. And the way they do it is they make you control your own self. They make you get in your own head. So if you think about that, and you can see what's unfolding here, then you got to flip the script and you got to do the opposite. And that's what I've been doing for a few, more than a few years. And then it started to make sense. And then things started to change. And then people started to treat me differently because I'm acting differently because I see the world different now. It's once you have that trick, once the veil is lifted, once you could see the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, that's power. And now you're going to start to see that person on YouTube that's crushing it, you can crush it too. I'm talking 1 million subscribers. You out there can have 1 million subscribers. It's going to take work and effort. But if you keep that delusional dream alive and that delusional confidence alive, it's just a matter of time. I was just talking, I got to finish up the other video. I'm talking about Shawshank Redemption. Anything can happen with enough time and pressure. That's what Red says that, right? Geology is the study of time and pressure. And that's all Andy had. It's time and pressure. We're all in a prison anyway, sort of. We are. Even if you have a great life and this and that, we're all in this sort of prison system. We are. We're funneled into these little grooves to have our life and pay our tax and always and die. That's what they want, you know. We do that right to the end. But if you realize that enough time and pressure, even if you die trying doing something, isn't it something to keep you going? Isn't it something worth doing? Because then how about this? What if it actually happens? Do you ever think of that? We're always so negative on ourselves. Start thinking about, think of the dream and the outcome. Think of it actually happening. And guess what? You're going to start working at whatever it is you're working at, and you're going to start to think, holy shit, this is possible. And then it's going to get closer. And you may be the only one that knows what you're doing here. Whether it's a YouTube channel, a business, picking up, whatever it is that you're trying to scheme in your head, you know, makes you happy. You're going to realize, holy crap, man, this is going to happen. I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to get the YouTube award behind me. I'm going to get the money from PayPal. I'm going to get the AdSense. I'm going to have people buying shirts from me. I'm going to have people buying courses from me if that's what you want to do. Whatever it is. You are that person. It just didn't happen yet. Just think of that. So delusional confidence, delusional dreaming. That's it. Stay classy. All right.